In just 1 week, Ondo State and Ogbo Ozala, a village in Onitsha, witnessed two terrifying crimes that have shaken Nigeria to its core. In one case, a young man was caught red-handed cooking a baby inside a public kitchen. In another, a 27-year-old man was dragged through the streets after he allegedly beheaded his own younger brother for rituals. Two different suspects, two innocent children. What is really happening in our communities?
Welcome to Africa Today Crime Channel. Do you know liking our video helps it grow faster? Please, today don't forget to like our video, subscribe and share. Thank you.
They were seen laughing, walking down to the riverside like normal brothers. Nobody knew that only one of them would return with a head in a nylon bag. What happened by the river shocked the whole of Ondo State. A 27-year-old man named Daniel was caught red-handed with a human head, and the head belonged to his younger brother. It all happened on July 29, 2025 in a quiet area of Odigbo, a town in Ondo State, Nigeria. People were going about their day, selling goods, fetching water, children playing, but by the riverside, something dark was about to happen. Daniel, 27, was seen heading towards the river. With him was a teenage boy, his younger step-brother, Emmanuel, only 15 years old. They looked happy. People said they were joking and playing like real brothers. But what happened next was evil. A man nearby saw Daniel by the river trying to put something inside a black bag. He looked closer. It was a human head, fresh, still dripping blood. The man screamed, "He has killed somebody! He has killed somebody! He has a head!" The entire community came running. People surrounded Daniel. He tried to run, but they caught him. That was when the biggest shock came. The head inside the bag was his own brother's. Emmanuel, the boy who walked with him to the stream, was now lying in pieces. Why would he kill his own blood? One woman shouted. Another man said, "This is worse than anything we have seen since Otokoto." The story reminded people of old ritual case in Nigeria, but this was even more personal. People remembered something strange. The night before, Daniel and Emmanuel had a loud fight. Neighbors heard them arguing inside their father's compound, but no one thought it was serious. Brothers fight, they said. No one imagined that death was part of the plan. Daniel was the first son of a police officer. Some said the father was retired. Others said he was still in service. But one thing was clear: Daniel was not a stranger to rules. He lived in a police barracks, grew up around uniformed men. But inside him, something had gone very wrong. They said he wanted money, fast money for that matter. He believed that using a blood relative for rituals would bring him wealth, and so he picked his own step-brother. Emmanuel had no idea what was coming. He trusted Daniel. He followed him laughing, but near the river, Daniel brought out a cutlass. It was a brutal scene. Some villagers who arrived later said the boy didn't even scream. They believed Daniel had drugged or tricked him first. He beheaded him, packed the head in a nylon bag, and left the rest of the body by the river. When the villagers caught Daniel, they couldn't hold their anger. They beat him, tied his hands, pushed him to the ground. Some hit him with sticks, others kicked him. Some even put his brother's head beside him, saying, "Look at what you did." Daniel could not bear the torture. He passed out from the beating. The police arrived later and rushed him to the hospital, but it was too late. Daniel died from the injuries. Two sons, one family, one father left with nothing. A disturbing crime has been uncovered in Ogbo Ozala, where a young man was caught cooking a baby inside a shared public kitchen located in a crowded residential compound. The incident, which occurred early Sunday morning in Ogbo Ozala, has left residents in shock and disbelief. Police authorities have since arrested the suspect and launched a full investigation into what many are calling one of the most gruesome acts in recent history. At around 6:45 a.m., residents of a Face Me I Face You compound in a street of Ogo Ozala community in Onitsha began their usual morning routines. A neighbor who entered the communal kitchen was immediately met with a strong aroma, what smelled like boiled meat mixed with seasoning cubes, onions, and pepper. Assuming someone was making breakfast, the neighbor approached the stove out of curiosity, but something felt strange. The cooking pot was covered and no one was in sight. The kitchen door had been left slightly open. The stove was still on. The neighbor decided to lift the pot lid inside. He found what appeared to be body parts of a human baby, partially boiled, floating in red oil and spices. The neighbor shouted in horror, attracting the attention of others in the compound. Chaos broke out as tenants gathered. Minutes later, a young man believed to be in his early 20s returned to the kitchen. Residents immediately identified him as a person who had entered the kitchen with a black nylon bag earlier that morning. Witnesses say he attempted to escape but was overpowered by residents who locked the compound gate and confronted him. The suspect was dragged outside and forced to sit beside the pot while residents waiting for security operatives to arrive. They even paraded him around the village with the pot on his head. Eyewitnesses claim the suspect remained calm and showed no sign of remorse. Upon police arrival, he was taken into custody while the remains of the child were sealed as evidence. Preliminary investigations revealed that the suspect moved into the compound just 3 weeks ago. He claimed to be a casual laborer and spent most of his time indoors. Residents said he barely interacted with others and was mostly seen roaming the area late at night. Some reported seeing him on previous occasions carrying suspicious items wrapped in cloth, but no one raised an alarm at the time. Authorities are now trying to confirm his real identity as he allegedly provided false information during initial questioning. As of the time of filing this report, the identity of the baby is still unknown. Police suspect the child may have been abducted from another area, possibly earlier that morning. The baby's gender and estimated age have not been officially released, but sources within the investigation team describe the victim as a male infant, believed to be less than 1 year old. Efforts are ongoing to trace any recent reports of missing children in nearby communities. The police assured the public that the matter will be thoroughly investigated and that forensic analysis is underway to confirm the exact nature of the crime and whether other persons may be involved. Authorities have also advised the public to remain calm and report any suspicious activity in their neighborhoods. The community has been thrown into deep fear and confusion following the incident. Residents say they are still struggling to process what they saw. Some parents have already begun relocating their children from the area, citing safety concerns. Community leaders held an emergency meeting shortly after the incident to address rising panic. The entrance of the compound has since been sealed off by security agents, and the kitchen where the baby was found has been marked as a crime scene. While the current case has shocked many due to its horrific nature, it is not the first of its kind in the country. In the past 6 months alone, multiple cases of suspected ritual killings involving minors have been reported in different parts of Nigeria. In April, a similar arrest was made in Kogi State where a man was found with the remains of a missing child in his kitchen freezer. In June, Ogun State Police arrested 2 teenagers after neighbors discovered they were in possession of a severed human hand hidden in a cooking pot. Another case was reported in Enugu State, where a said billionaire native doctor was caught while he was trying to run away after he had buried humans in the sockaway around his compound. Security experts say the rise in ritual-related killings is linked to poverty, desperation, and the influence of fake spiritual leaders promising quick wealth. Parents are advised to monitor their children closely, especially in crowded compounds or areas with poor security. Local vigilante groups are also being encouraged to step up surveillance in urban slums and informal settlements. What happened in Ozala this morning is not just a crime, it is a disturbing reflection of how far some individuals are willing to go in their pursuit of wealth or recognition. A child who should have had a future was taken violently and treated like food. The people who witnessed it will not forget, and the community will never be the same again. Authorities continue to investigate, and Africa Today Crime will follow up with updates as more details emerge. In the meantime, the public is advised to remain vigilant. Evil no longer hides in the bush. It now walks among us, in our streets, our compounds, and sometimes even under our roofs. This is Africa Today Crime. For full update and unfiltered content, join our Telegram page. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Stay alert and stay safe. I'm out.